What you're about to hear in the next few seconds could completely change how you see the world's biggest sporting event. FIFA, the most powerful organization in global soccer, has just made a decision that has millions of fans in Brazil absolutely furious. And not just a little upset. We are talking about protests in the streets, trending hashtags, angry statements from former players, and a country that once lived and breathed FIFA now turning its back on the organization entirely. So, what exactly happened? Stay right here because this story is bigger than most people realize, and it is moving fast. Before we go any further, if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button right now and drop a like on this video. We cover breaking sports news every single day, and you do not want to miss what comes next. All right, let us go back to the beginning so you fully understand why Brazil, the most decorated soccer nation on the planet, the country that has won the FIFA World Cup more times than anyone else, is now publicly standing against the very organization it helped build into a global empire. For decades, Brazil and FIFA had what you could call a special relationship. Brazil gave the world Pelé, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and so many legends that it would take a separate video just to name them all. The country hosted the World Cup in 2014, even though that tournament came with massive controversy and economic strain. But Brazilians, at their core, love soccer more than almost anything. It is not just a sport there, it is culture, identity, and emotion all wrapped into one. So when FIFA does something that feels like a betrayal, it does not just make people angry, it cuts deep. Now here is where things get really interesting. FIFA recently announced a new rule change tied to the expanded 2026 World Cup format and future tournament structures. The specific rule in question involves how host nation spots are allocated, how qualification berths are distributed across confederations, and critically, how South American nations, including Brazil, could find their automatic pathways to the World Cup potentially reduced or restructured in ways that put even the biggest teams at greater risk of not qualifying. On top of that, there are serious concerns being raised about commercial decisions FIFA is making that critics say prioritize revenue and broadcast deals in certain markets over the actual sporting merit and tradition of the game. Brazilian football officials, fan groups, and even some of the country's biggest former stars have come out publicly and said this is not right. They are calling the new structure unfair to South American football, which has historically been one of the two strongest footballing regions on earth alongside Europe. The argument being made loudly in Brazil right now is simple. If you reduce the relative weight and security of South American qualification, you are not improving the World Cup, you are weakening it. You are taking one of the most competitive and dramatic qualification processes in all of sports and turning it into something less meaningful. And the frustration does not stop there. Brazilian fans are also pointing to a much bigger pattern with FIFA over the years. The organization has faced serious questions about governance, decision-making, and whether the sport's best interests are truly at the center of these major changes or whether financial and political motivations are driving the bus. For many supporters in Brazil, this latest rule controversy is just one more piece of evidence in a long list of grievances. What makes this moment so significant is the timing. The 2026 World Cup, which will be hosted across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, is already the most ambitious tournament in the history of the event. 48 teams will compete for the first time ever. More matches, more countries, more drama. FIFA has marketed this as the most inclusive and exciting World Cup ever staged. But critics, especially those in South America, are asking a tough question. Inclusive for who? Because if the traditional powerhouses of the game feel like the rules are being stacked against them, then the expansion starts to look less like progress and more like a political and commercial restructuring that leaves traditional footballing nations feeling squeezed out. Brazil's Football Federation has reportedly begun internal discussions about how to formally respond to FIFA's direction. Fan organizations have been vocal on social media and in local press. The story is gaining momentum, and it is not going away quietly. Here is what we know for sure right now. Brazil has 5 World Cup titles. No other nation on earth has more. The country's passion for this tournament is unmatched. When Brazilian fans feel that passion is being disrespected or that the tournament they helped make legendary is being changed in ways that do not serve the sport, they speak up loudly. Whether FIFA adjusts course, clarifies the rules, or stands firm on its decisions, one thing is clear. The relationship between Brazil and the world's governing body of soccer has entered a new and tense chapter. The next few months will be critical in determining how this plays out before the world's eyes in 2026. This is one of those stories that is going to keep developing, and we will keep you updated every step of the way right here on this channel. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think FIFA is making the right calls with these new rules, or do you believe Brazil and South American football deserve more protection in the World Cup structure? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. This is a conversation worth having, and we genuinely want to know where you stand. And if you found this video informative, please share it with a soccer fan in your life. Every share helps us reach more people and keeps important stories like this one in the spotlight. Thank you for watching, stay with us, and we will see you in the next one.